Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's update is packed. Space weather, earthquakes, and some strange cosmic alignments that all seem to be happening at once. We've just come through a strong G3 geomagnetic storm, one of the biggest in recent weeks. The main pulse has eased, but the storming continues. Right after this, a magnitude 6.9 earthquake struck the Philippines, followed only hours later by a magnitude 6.0 quake near Bali, Indonesia. That's two powerful earthquakes in Southeast Asia within hours of the solar storm peak. Now, coincidence? Maybe. But we know geomagnetic disturbances can trigger powerful currents across Earth's surface. And if those currents pass through fault zones already under stress, it can be just enough to push them over the edge. Timing-wise, the connection is hard to ignore. Meanwhile, the sun is still hyperactive. Sunspot numbers are hovering around 190, 200, and several large active regions are now rotating toward Earth-facing positions. These will be with us through early October, just as interstellar object 3I Atlas makes its close approach to Mars. We also saw a huge plasma filament erupt from the sun's southwest limb earlier today. This one isn't Earth-directed, but it's another reminder of how unstable the solar surface is right now. It takes me back to March 28th, when a powerful solar flare and CME lined up with the massive 7.7 earthquake in Myanmar. Sometimes these bursts ripple through the entire solar system, and Earth feels it immediately. So, what's unfolding here? A pattern of synergy. Space weather, earthquakes, and cosmic alignments, all stacking on top of each other. The Philippines quake, magnitude 6.9, was widely felt. Reports are still coming in, but early accounts suggest infrastructure damage and collapsed structures. The Bali quake, though smaller, was also significant, especially given the volcanic arc in that region. Aftershocks are expected, possibly up to magnitude 6. That G3 storm caught forecasters by surprise. No one expected it to peak so strongly, especially since the CME that caused it was initially modeled as just a glancing blow. To understand why it hit so hard, we have to look at the solar wind data. The key lies in the interplanetary magnetic field, or IMF, the sun's magnetic field carried outward by the solar wind. Its north-south orientation, called BZ, is critical. When the BZs turn strongly southward, or negative, it directly opposes Earth's northward-pointing magnetic field. This opposition triggers a process called magnetic reconnection, explosively reconfiguring the fields and flinging open a door for solar energy to pour in. We saw IMF values spike nearly fourfold, with long-lasting negative BZ conditions that held that door wide open for hours. So what caused this? One compelling, though speculative reason is Comet C 2025 R2 Swan. It recently passed near the sun, and intense solar heating vaporized its nucleus, releasing tons of dust and ionized plasma into interplanetary space. The theory is that the solar wind sweeping past this debris field became denser and more magnetically complex, essentially loading the storm and intensifying its impact. That's not official science, but the timing lines up perfectly. And it's not an isolated event. With multiple comets, plus the interstellar visitor 3I Atlas, all crossing near the ecliptic plane, it feels like the whole system is loaded for more turbulence. Finally, there's the historical timing. October, just after the equinox, has historically been the strongest month for geomagnetic storms during solar maximum years. This is due to the Russell-McFerrin effect, a seasonal alignment that makes Earth's magnetic field more susceptible to solar wind coupling. A potentially comet-enhanced storm arriving during a period of maximum seasonal vulnerability? The timing fits perfectly. As we look to the immediate future, Comet 3I Atlas has moved into solar conjunction, meaning it's now too close to the sun for any Earth-based telescopes to observe through the intense glare. However, this celestial game of hide-and-seek presents a unique opportunity. Mars-based probes, like the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, may be perfectly positioned to capture new data during the comet's close approach on October 3rd. Scientists are hopeful these assets can track any changes to its nucleus or tail, providing invaluable information on how comets behave this near our star. With so much happening concurrently, the sun bursting with activity from multiple sunspot regions, geomagnetic storms flaring up, and persistent seismic unrest here on Earth, it really feels like we're moving into an intense October and November. The constant stream of solar energy continues to buffet our planet's magnetic shield, keeping our systems on high alert for further disturbances. And looking further ahead, another twist emerges on the cosmic calendar. Early January 2026 is shaping up with an extraordinary planetary alignment. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn will all gather in the same quadrant of the sky. While the direct gravitational effects are minimal, the hypothesis we're tracking suggests their combined electromagnetic influence could act as a trigger for the sun. We don't know exactly how that energy will play out, but historically, such grand alignments often correspond with noticeable spikes in solar and seismic activity, or even coincide with big shifts in society. It's a fascinating correlation, a reminder that we are part of a dynamic, interconnected system where events millions of miles away may have echoes right here at home. The narrative we've pieced together today is both simple and profoundly powerful. It began with a potent G3-class geomagnetic storm battering our planet's magnetic shield. Then, in what seems like a direct response, the Earth shuddered, not once, but twice, with major earthquakes striking the Philippines and Bali in rapid succession. The timing is too precise to dismiss as mere coincidence. This leads us to the compelling hypothesis of a black swan geophysical event unfolding in real time. This isn't just about one solar flare or one earthquake. It's about a rare convergence where multiple powerful forces overlap. We're seeing the sun's heightened activity, the electrical influence of active comets like 3I Atlas, and the resulting stress on our planet's lithosphere. The theory we're exploring is that these cosmic and solar inputs are creating a cascade effect, amplifying their impact and potentially triggering these terrestrial responses. And the data suggests this period of heightened activity is far from over. As we head into October and November, the sun continues its march towards solar maximum, promising more powerful eruptions. These coming months will be exceptionally dynamic, serving as a crucial period for observation as we track these interconnected systems, leading all the way to the significant planetary alignments of January 2026. As we analyze these large-scale events, it's vital to remember the human impact on the ground. Our thoughts are with all the communities affected by today's earthquakes. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. The universe is constantly communicating, and by paying attention to these unfolding cosmic stories, we can better understand our place within it. If you want to stay ahead of these developments, be sure to subscribe.